You know, it's almost like your birthday with a package from China, so let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to take a close look at this emulator game stick. So the reason I wanted to make this video, because it's not going to be a positive one. There is something going on with these devices that you really need to take consideration. So inside the box we're going to get ourselves the 4K Game Stick Lite Edition. I've reviewed it a couple of times because they are selling or reselling it in different kind of variations. If it's in different box, a different controller, but also in different kind of quality. So the game stick itself, it's the same product, or at least the outside of it. But the reason I wanted to chit chat about it once again, because I've noticed a lot of issues, particularly when it's coming from the SD card. In my previous videos I did some reviews and I did some extended testing. Some things were not bad, some things were needing a lot of new attention because they were pretty damn having a lot of issues. But when it comes to the SD card, there we're going to get even a bigger issue. But in my previous video I was quite negative simply because I was trying to make a review, but twice my SD card get corrupted out of nothing. And that is an issue, a little bit of a bummer. Inside this you're going to get yourself a very tiny PCB with the rock chip, the RK3032. It's nothing special, like it's really old school tech, and the specification of these things are absolutely lovable. But when you wanted to play some 8-bit and 16-bit games, it's not bad at all. Another problem I've noticed, like there are only two plastic shells, there is no cooling whatsoever. And that is absolutely one of those issues that they should fix. With some of the models they already fix it. With some GameStick 4K Lite we're going to get the same shenanigans. The SD card is already corrupted, but still I wanted to talk about it. What are you actually going to get, and is this thing really worth your money? What are we actually going to get inside the box? We're going to get ourselves the two controllers, then we're going to get ourselves the micro USB for powering on, and we do have ourselves a very cool looking extension HDMI cord. That these things you really need to get them, and I don't know what happened over here, but oh right, quality issues. So the toilet manual is only for like this particular model, doesn't really say what it is, but the Game Stick Lite, yeah, there's not a lot of information in general about it. It's the same shenanigans, but it will give you an overall view like what you can actually do with it, but also will show you in this video explain. So the controllers, yep, they are like the really, let's say, knockoff PlayStation 2 controller, but the better quality. Let's say that for the $25 I paid for it, it's absolutely flabbergasted. They actually go to give me decent ones. So the D-pad feels very nice. You can just hear that it's not the same quality like a PlayStation control, but I must say that it is still, like I say, playable. Does it smell chemical? You know, I don't want to smell it anymore. These things are, man, oh. Revisiting these old school games is absolutely a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get ourselves the best experience when it comes to the gameplay itself, simply because the controllers, especially mainly the D-pad, is not great, where we do have a great overall performance when it comes to the analog sticks. So when you want to look into arcade and MAME, these will run fine, and you can even make a quick load and quick save. The unfortunate thing is that we don't have an aspect ratio option, so that is one of the things they also didn't improve when it comes to the newer editions. The 4K game stick comes with a lot of problems, but when it comes to the overall performance of, let's say, the basic stuff, think about arcade MAME, 8-bit and 16-bit, we did have an amazing overall performance with this. The only downside this thing has is that it's a very thick stick. First of all, it will cover up a second port, and if you want to plug it in like this, there is nothing to stick in because it's a freaking fatty. So that's the reason why they are going to give you like this extension HDMI cord cable. Yup, this is freaking unbelievable. You have a stick, but you can't freaking stick it in. A really unfortunate thing that happens a lot nowadays with game boxes and game stick like these, because they have only 64GB or 128GB storage capacity, PlayStation games with sound take up a lot of space, so they're just going to leave out the music. Okay, let's go. For a cheat stick, it's running up bad. But I hated the part that it's just making this stuttering sound. Oh crap. How can I do my barrel roll? Push him in the face, kick in the balls. Punch him in the face, kick him in the balls. That's the way how Beefy Dudes goes. And yep, this is going to be looking very stretched. They're not really using any filters whatsoever, so it's actually going to be a stretched image. Then of course we do have some frame drops when it comes to certain games, mainly with Game Wheel fans at this point. It's still playable, but I find it quite a little bit of annoying that they messed it up, because GBA can be emulated on a device like this without any problems. Whoa, oh man, the background. Let's start with the turbo. But then we're going actually in the game. It's going to be in decent overall performance, so yeah, it's kind of weird to be honest. So with it playable, I think it's going to be absolutely a hit or miss when it comes to the Super NES 16-bit era. With the newer sticks, we're also going to get ourselves different kind of software when it comes to the menu. I guess, to be honest, the back end itself is exactly the same like all the previous models. It's maybe looking a little bit different, but you know, it's absolutely the same mess. Having these weird numbers, no alphabetic order, and the search is absolutely one huge mess. Having the same kind of platforms all the way up to PlayStation 1, but also Atari of course. There is nothing being changed over here. Where we had nice previous thumbnails, now we just have a basic list. So in my opinion, it's even a downgrade if you're looking at the previous game stick itself. So the overall performance of the stick, it's not great. I'm missing out pictures, stuff like that. And of course, it feels a little bit sluggish when you're searching a game. And take consideration, if you try to search a game and they didn't put the right name inside of the list itself, it will not find the game. So those are those minor things that I find it really annoying, and there is no improvement when you're looking at the first model and even the last. If you're paying 25 euros or $2 or whatever for it, yeah, and the SD card gets corrupted, it's still a waste of money. And that is something you need to take consideration. They should ask $5 more and get yourself like a real brand that doesn't get corrupted. Besides that, it had a lot of issues with emulation, but also in other problems I've noticed. So the overall thing, it's absolutely not something I should pick up. There are way better solutions out there when it comes to plug and plays. Thank you all for watching, consider subscribing, hit the little bell, and it will be great to see you in the next video.